Can anyone confirm or deny? Oh, there's my ugly mug. I'm back. There we go. If someone could tell me the last thing I said on stream, that would be grand. Yeah, my computer just crashed. And by crashed, I don't mean blue screen. I don't mean it shut down. I mean everything just froze, and I didn't realize. So that's weird. Upload. I would have to check upload out. Also, I just opened the character sheet instead of the rule book. Ah. Hello. I'm back. I was about to start explaining exactly what this is. Oh god, that's a big loss. Okay. Hopefully explaining it won't curse anything. Yes, so basically a sci-fi show about virtual reality afterlife. That does sound pretty neat. Yes, so the Arsons in 1957, they were the let's say a method of destruction. In 1956, Georgeville underwent some. In fact, I might add this to the town history at some point. In 1956, Georgeville had a horrendous winter, harsh temperatures, kind of being blocked off from the outside world due to snowstorms and poor weather. And a couple of the wealthier families, the Radfords, the Markhams, etc., who have occult interests, shall we say, decided that to survive, they would summon a Wendigo, or a Wendigo, however you pronounce it, and bring deprivation and neglect to the town by using that spirit to steal everything for themselves. A couple of locals kind of found out about this, decided that the only way they could deal with it was to burn the houses down of those involved, because they didn't know quite where it had been summoned. Unfortunately, it was summoned in the Radford house, and they had to stop what they were doing to escape notice, basically. So the one house. Oh, don't do this, Streamlabs. Don't do it. The one house that they didn't destroy was the one that was actually responsible. The Radfords kind of bound the Wendigo until recently, when something hand-wavy happened, and it escaped and basically set the house fire to try and escape its bindings. Because who knew fire doesn't work? That's basically it. The cold spots are kind of ripples of memories where rituals were performed, where, let's say, transgressive meals were eaten. Cannibalism, anthropophagy. The weird symbols are those used to invoke the Wendigo. So basically, you have a house guest round, you give them the cursed spoon, the Wendigo steals as you eat it, the ghost steals the food from your stomach, essentially, and transfers it to its master, summoner, I guess. Hence the feeling of extreme hunger from people who go around the house, because it's been there for 50 years. It's been trapped in the house for 50 years. It's started to saturate the place. The reflecting pool and the tree are just red herrings that are just suitably spooky. And yeah, that's basically what's going on. That's the long and short of it, anyway. Hopefully my computer doesn't crash again, because that would suck. I always feel bad when something goes wrong with the tech, because it means that anyone who follows the Onyx Path on Twitch and hasn't turned off email notifications gets 2 emails, and I feel really bad. I feel like I'm wasting people's time. Okay, so spit in the living room where they ate bodies. People, where they ate people. Okay, dining room. Let's say The dining table is cracked and damaged, although noticeably not fire blackened. Further investigation reveals a series, there was many score marks in the surface. As if from impacts of several blades. Let's say several short, heavy blades. Don't think any of these PCs have supernatural merits. I mean, there's danger sense. Unseen sense, there we go. That's a supernatural merit. Cool. Any character with a supernatural merit witnesses a transparent, translucent. Transparent is see-through. Translucent is like, it's sort of there. Translucent, that's not. There we go. Cleaver. Swung by an unseen hand. Slamming into the table, leaving one of the scores behind. Actually, I'm getting quite worried about my computer because it does keep crashing. And it's the only one I've got. So, kind of worried about that one. Slamming into the table, leaving one of the scores behind. The blade marks disappear after a few moments. Let's say fade away. After a few moments, leaving behind a charred table. Top. There we go. Spooky. Okay, I've got like 2 different moving things to keep track of in case my computer crashes again. I'll be honest, it didn't help with the mental health problems I'm having. Impacts of several short, heavy blades surrounded by dark stains. Nope. Nope. Here would be the surrounded by dark stains. Thank you. I appreciate it. Oh, so I have a couple of Twitch extensions installed now. So that red bar is how it displays highlighted messages now. Don't worry if your Twitch doesn't look like that. It's just an extension. Makes it easier for me when I'm streaming to see if someone has mentioned me. Stains. There we go. It is, isn't it? It's way more eye-catching than just the white text, the white bubble. Sorry. Obviously, I use dark mode. You can tell because the captured chat is dark. But anyway, cool. So that's just more anthropophagy happening. Bedroom 1. Contents of all the furniture. That's not good wording. All of the drawers in this room. In the furniture of this room. typing on stream is very stressful, especially like, is my computer going to crash again at any point? All of the drawers in the furniture of this room have been pulled out and scattered. Difficult to tell if this was done before or after the house fire. Although, as anyone who's been in the house will know, you know, who went in the house in the first scene, it's after the house fire. Long scratch marks can be seen in a few of them. Can be seen around the handles of a few of them. Can I have some questions? Sure thing. That is the point of this stream. It also gives me something to talk about rather than just narrating what I'm typing. And I'm narrating what I'm typing, A, to avoid dead air, and B, because it helps me actually get the words out to the right order. I don't typically speak aloud while I'm writing adventures. Also of note is that this is a lengthened process because I'm talking, because I'm explaining thought process, because I'm fielding questions from chat. It does take a while longer than it usually would. Although writing an adventure properly is not a quick job by any stretch of the imagination. Just keep checking my recording. See, it says that the recording's there with a gigabyte of data, but I bet when I try to play it, it won't be. Anyway, eagerly awaits questions. Long stretch marks can be seen around the handles of a few of them. Master bedroom. This was the one with the body on the bed. Just wondering what the Wendigo's original purpose was, whether or not you have a side note somewhere if someone wanted to be related to Redfords in the adventure. I could totally add a side note. The original purpose of the Wendigo, or the Wendigo, however you pronounce it, never sure, was to it's a very liberal interpretation of the whole of the Wendigo being like a spirit of exposure and deprivation and whatnot. So I'm probably not going to name it, just because I personally have a thing about cultural appropriation, and this is inspired by rather than this is. I'll probably just, if I give it a name, which I will have to for the template, it will just be like spirit of exposure of deprivation. But basically, it was through Numina, or Essence, I can't remember which one it is in this one, stealing food from everyone who hadn't summoned it, basically. We're antagonists? No, that's the God Machine. I don't want the God Machine. What is this? Ephemeral beings. Ghosts. Or spirits. Probably spirit, let's face it. It doesn't help that it uses both Numina and Essence. Essence, combination of food, oxygen, and wealth. Essence fuels ephemeral entities' powers. Yeah, so Essence. Yes, it was feeding. Well, it was feeding them and all of the other families who had summoned it. But it was obviously being commanded to. Like, it's not its default state of being. Its default state of being is take, take, take. I must consume because I am hungry. And that it was being denied that option. Anyway, so Numina. Essence. Numina are the powers, right? One of the two. When I get to creating this spirit or ghost, it's not an angel. I know that much. But when I get to creating it, I will be totally explaining the difference between Essence and Numina. Yeah, Numina are the powers. Essence is the expendable resource. Make sense? Yep. Now it's free. That's what this is all about, is the fact that it's somehow got free. I remember Numa from Mage 1E. I've never played Mage. I've never actually read the book, but I've heard stories, usually accompanied with 1,000-yard stares. Anyway, so the master bedroom has an intense cold spot. It's also where there was a body on the bed. Any character. Also, in light of aforementioned mental health stuff and the fact that my computer crashed, I probably will try to stick with the 4 p.m. end of the time slot. Usually it's fine because there's no one else on for like 8.5 hours apparently, according to the tracker. But I want to get better at that, and also I don't want to push my computer too much, and I need the break. I'll probably overrun slightly, but I apologize, it won't be the full 2 hours. Also, while Silicon Path is nicely sharing the link there, highly recommend the Onyx Dice application. I use it for Vampire the Masquerade a fair amount so that other people can use my vampire dice, and it works really well. And if you're doing pool-based systems like, hey, most of the Onyx Path games, it allows you to roll a lot of D10 very quickly with having a very small tabletop footprint. Anyway, any character entering this room immediately starts to shiver as the frigid air fills their lungs. You know what? Let's have a tilt in this room. I'm assuming just extreme weather, but let's figure out if there's a better one. Oh god, where are tilts? Not conditions, although I could make it a condition. Cool. Are conditions in the appendix? They are. Actually, the condition would make sense, I think, because like this is a supernatural cold, so it would follow them. All right, time to write my own condition. What would make sense? How do you get rid of soulless? If the character regains her soul. Okay. Tilted in the floor is not level. Oh, right, sorry. So, here's the tilt list. Tilts. So, quick rewind then. People who aren't familiar. Chronicles of Darkness uses a system of tilts and conditions to represent kind of persistent or long-term effects. So, conditions are things like guilty, lost, inspired, shaken, soulless is the one I was just reading. And they are usually negative things that happen to your character. Sometimes they're positive, like inspired, it's a positive one. But usually they're negative effects that when you kind of fail a roll because of them, you get a beat. 5 beats make 1 experience. You spend experiences to upgrade your character, etc. Conditions have resolutions, so they tell you how you get rid of them, which I believe you also gain a beat when you resolve a condition. I will just read the rules specifically so I'm not speaking falsely. It's been a while since I read the rulebook in its entirety. When a character resolves a condition, player takes a beat. However, if a condition has a natural time limit and fades away, you don't gain a beat because you've waited it out. Sorry. Some like the worst conditions are persistent conditions, and they they require some working through to remove. So that's what a condition is. It's usually, as I say, a personal drawback. A tilt is a scene drawback, or we'll say scene. So example tilts are blizzard, extreme cold, extreme heat, earthquake. But there are personal ones as well, like stunned or beaten down, blinded. Arm rack is a combat tilt, where essentially your arm's being twisted behind your back and it hurts a lot. Same with leg rack. Actually, I have an example in the book. In the adventure. If I go to the fire scene, any characters inside the building are subjected to a level 2 extreme environment and extreme heat tilt. So level 2 extreme environment means that all dice pools have a 2-die penalty because just it's hot in a house fire. Who knew? Also, obviously, try not to choke, things like that. Extreme heat is an environmental tilt. When the temperature is far above normal, characters can't heal bashing damage. The extreme temperature deals damage at the same rate normal characters heal it. A cut might heal, but it's replaced by sunburn or sunstroke. So they're very similar to conditions, but they're environmental. Sometimes personal, but usually environmental. So extreme cold, bone chilling winds bite through the character, trudging through knee-deep snow, takes all the sensation from his limbs. Anytime the temperature gets down below 0, characters can suffer cold effects. Effect: when the temperature is below freezing, characters can't heal bashing damage. For every hour, characters continuously affected by this tilt accrues a -1 penalty to all rolls. It's identical to heat, but with cold. Less than ideal. Ice is difficult terrain stuff. Blizzard is a visibility thing. Might have to make my own. Wonder if hunger might be a good one for this adventure. I resolved that problem. I think I used obsession. Where's the kitchen? Gains the obsession condition. The focus of this obsession is food, and it can be resolved through gorging oneself, although the player should not know this. So the obsession condition... where'd it go? There it is. If you abide by that obsession, exploring that emotion, or otherwise pursuing the object of the obsession, i.e. food, enjoy 10 again on all rolls. When not, lose 10 again. You get rid of it by fulfilling the obsession, by doing what I said in the resolution. So when you're not actively trying to gorge yourself, things are just harder. But when you are, well, you resolve the condition. Just wanted to check something, because I thought 10 again was default. Stupid mouse wheel. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where's it gone? Nope, not that far. Why are these rule books never easy to look through? Each stat shows 8, 9, 10 as a success. Normally you only need 1 success to achieve your goal. Oh, so it's oddly worded, but you enjoy the 10 again because you can still apply it. 10 again means you just reroll results of 10. Like, it counts as a success, you reroll it. Usually a good index. I mean, I'm using the PDF bookmarks, actually. Target number, would you believe, is not a thing. And I believe if I went to the glossary, 10 again would just say reroll 10s. So, there we go. I mean, the rolling dice section isn't too long, and I found it, obviously, but there we go. Anyway, so back to what I was doing. Let's make a condition. There is the deprived condition. which is more about addiction, but we could do it for, like, body temperature. With the resolution of warm yourself back up. Anyway. Here we go. Any character entering this room gains the deprived condition. Their deprivation is related to body heat. No matter what they do. We cannot get warm. The condition can be resolved only through seeking medical attention, enjoying a hot, let's say taking a hot bath / shower, or otherwise spending a large amount of time restoring the lost body heat, I guess. Just to, again, introduce the whole idea of conditions. Also to say that this room is real bad. Any character that dramatically fails a roll in this room again, I don't want to say ghost-like, I guess translucent again. Oh, cool. Please ignore the brown symbol between the cog and the tick for Nightbot. That's related to the extension I've got installed. Figure asleep on the bed. A long, spindly creature standing up over them. Seemingly regurgitating into the figure's mouth. Supine figure's mouth. There we go. There's a $5 word for you. Vision fades after a few moments. Master bathroom. Mirror in here is covered in ash. If any PC cleans it, they can see translucent figure asleep on the bed behind them. And the door behind them remains open. They can see a translucent figure on the bed with a long, spindly creature standing over them, seemingly rich. Hidden by figure's mouth. The reflection fades after a few moments. There we go. Like a young bird and its mother. I forgot to press record, which, you know, is fine. I'll ask for the videos and see what I can do with them. I was like, there's something missing from my overlay. Oh wait, the recording clock. Anyway, There's that. Library. There's the harsh midwinter to be like, hey, deprivation. Turn 2 describes a harsh midwinter with marginal notes written in a cursive hand, decrying the lack of supplies, lack of groceries, I guess, available in the city centre. Which was not there beforehand. I guess, actually thinking about it, where's the library? There it is. If any PC takes the box or tries to open it in situ, nope, they find it is unlocked and contains a tattered floor plan of the house. This can be examined later to reveal the existence of an additional basement level with seemingly no way to access it. Nope. There we go. What is this? You make it a text adventure game? No, I am writing an adventure for release on the Storytellers Vault, which is the community content site for Chronicles of Darkness game. Anything that uses the Storyteller system, really. Primarily, of course, the Chronicles of Darkness game lines. A couple of other things. So the purpose of this show is to explain the thought processes behind decisions, how I go about writing things, answer questions about role-playing games, that kind of thing. When my tech is not playing up, anyway. I wish I was making a text adventure. That sounds fun. This is fun. I'm being self-deprecating. I love what I do, and I'm always incredibly grateful to Onyx Path for allowing me to do it. But welcome, Uber Mullen. Welcome. Okay. Still need to figure out how to get them to the basement. That's a problem for the future. Kitchen. I never included potential research results. You know what? Let's add that. I guess we'll do it before the. Sounds interesting. Stonefall understanding it's like D&D type game. Yes, it is. So, sorry. Onyx Path are a publisher of tabletop role-playing games, a la D&D. That is published by Wizards of the Coast. Onyx Path publish games. So this is Chronicles of Darkness. It's dark fantasy, modern horror, call it what you will. It's a horror role-playing, essentially. And it comprises a variety of game lines in which you can play werewolves, vampires, mummies, creatures similar to Frankenstein's creature, changelings who are people who are stolen by fairies as children. We've also got Scion, where you play the child of a god. Trinity Continuum, which is a sci-fi game, which has a number of settings you can choose from. Pugmire, which is D&D but you're a dog. Monarchs and Mao, which is D&D but you're a cat. Scarred Lands, which is an alternative campaign setting world thing for the basic D&D rule set. Exalted, which is their most... Well, I mean, technically, Scarred Lands is their most D&D-like in that it uses the D&D open gaming license, but Exalted's their kind of Hollywood martial arts kung fu magic game, and comes in at a hefty, 600 pages or something. It's a big book. There's also They Came From Beneath the Sea, which is sci-fi B-movies. It's a good point though, Yvonne. And They Came From Outer Space, I think. Also, is that out yet? I don't know. There are so many games, but they're all tabletop role-playing games. Just tuned in. There's a specific game set you're writing this for. Requiem Forsaken. Core Blue Book. It's not even God Machine Brazen. It is ghosts and spirits rather than angels. I thought I'd start off simple, and then after I have... So my plan, if anyone's interested, if you want to come back for this show, after I finish this adventure, which is... so I stream this every 2 weeks. So the next stream will be on the... I could do the maths, or I could just look at the calendar. The next stream will be on the 26th, so it works out to a month. It's every other Tuesday, sorry, at 2 p.m. UTC +1 right now, so British summertime. 9 o'clock EDT, I think. After I finish the Chronicles of Darkness one, which, I think I may have 4 streams left, based on how much progress I make in each one. I'll be going back to Scion to do a Scion Hero adventure. If I need to check, but I'm pretty sure that's allowed on the Storypath Nexus. And then after that, oh boy, we're doing some Promethean. I'm going to do an introductory adventure for Promethean because Promethean is so underrated and I want to share my love of it with people. But I also do need to reread the rulebook because, what do you know? Because I don't get to run it. I haven't read the rules in over a year. So yeah, after Sound, we'll be doing some Promethean the Created Goodness. I'm pretty sure that's allowed. I will, of course, be checking the relevant community content agreements or whatever the actual wording is. Not open game licenses. Those are very different. I made the mistake of saying that on stream once, and when one of the mods was here who works with the OGL stuff, and it's like, no, it's very different. This is just mortal. I figured it was a good place to introduce people to role playing and to the game lines. Anyway, so I've got 10 minutes before I should do the wrap up, which I think should be enough time to finish this. Sounds awesome. Fair news to Chronicles of Darkness. Oh man, Chronicles of Darkness is so good. I could froth about it for a while. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask them. Is that an Elder Scrolls thing? It is. It's the Ouroboros. Very apt to have the Ouroboros here, actually. Anyway. Not sure where that came from. Oh, and the symbol next to your name on Twitch. Oh, you're still Tuiso. That would probably explain it. I myself enjoy the sweet, sweet mod sword. Which helps, if anyone does kick off. Not that anyone has in 21 episodes. All the utensils, cupboard doors, and drawers. They scattered around this fire-blackened room. If you can't tell, I'm probably not on stream, but when I tidy this up for release, I'll be adding short descriptive things for each room, just to help tie everything together, and to provide inspiration or outright instruction for storytellers who are not as comfortable with kind of improvising room descriptions. all that is save a worn ladle laying in the center of a circle, scratched into the marble surface of one of the worktops. I think save 4 will... There we go. Any character who picks it up, because you should always pick up the obviously weird thing. And that's fine. That's fine. Feels the temperature in the air around them drop, and notices the handle, etc., etc., etc. Right, so there was the weird symbol thing from Laser Kitten. Cool. And then I guess just meep. Please tell me the stream's not down. Okay, everything's moving. Choosing to assume my computer's not crashed yet. I guess just research results. That's the wrong heading. Oh god, why? There we go, that's better. Also, apologies to headphone users. That was probably a bit loud. Right, so we've got ladle, bone carvings, and what else would be potentially research based? I guess there's the hidden basement level, which I still need to figure out how to get players into. So that's the bone carvings. That's fine. That's just the security room with the spit. Translucent cleaver. Oh, I guess Ashworth. Building maintenance. Those of you who are here for my Scion. Knew I spelled that wrong. Maintenance. Those of you who are here for my Scion thing might recognize Ashworth. Ashworth is my umbrella corporation that I use across pretty much all of my horror role playing. They've got their fingers in many pies, and it helps just keep things tied together. Well, across my modern role playing, I suppose, technically speaking. Although I guess I could have a wizard called Ashworth for my Patreon, my OGL Patreon content. Ladle bone carvings, Ashworth building maintenance. I think it's only those three actually. I'll just present them in the order which they appear in this scene. And then I guess we should also have a misc for the tree and the reflecting pool. I think that's it. I think those are the last 5 things we need for this scene to be potential sources of information and clues. And then from here, I envisage we go to kind of... Well, next I'll probably actually, after doing these, which will probably take a stream, I will create the spirit of deprivation. And then, I mentioned this, I think, last time, but then a scene, like an obviously supernatural scene, where the player characters are taken to another place and have to do something there, perhaps solve an environmental puzzle, overcome some environmental challenges to actually get to the hidden basement. Which I guess could be where the reflecting pool comes in. To get to the hidden basement, and then kind of, if they've done their research, they should know how to deal with it, and have assembled the relevant things to deal with it, and then perform an exorcism, essentially, to banish the spirit of deprivation. So that's the plan going forward. I do apologise once again for starting the stream late. And I also apologise, although there's nothing I could do about it, for my computer crashing like halfway through. It seems to be fine now, and it doesn't appear to be overheating or anything, so I don't know why it crashed. It's the first time that specific kind of lockup has happened. Usually it actually crashes when I'm trying to turn it off, and it just blue screens, which is really convenient. But then obviously it restarts, which is less than convenient because I'm trying to turn it off. Anyway, so again, when this is done, it'll be up on Storytellers Vault. There will be a link to the playlist with these videos with it, so that all the appropriate video credits are below. That is why I capture the stream chat. Also, it gives me something to do with the empty space beneath my webcam. So if you're proud of any insightful questions you have asked, they are being recorded for posterity. In less unofficial news, if you want, because again, I do not work for Onyx Path, I'm merely a fan. If you want to keep up with official news and updates and all of that good stuff, the Monday meeting notes are the place to go. That is where you can find out about Kickstarters, about podcast interviews, about developments. You can sometimes submit questions and suggestions, sometimes, but only sometimes, mostly not. You can get sweet art previews of upcoming projects. If you scroll all the way down to the bottom, there's project timeline updates. The bot dropped the link recently, so I'll do it manually. But the current Kickstarter available here is Technocracy Reloaded, a supplement for Mage, the Ascension? The 20th anniversary of Mage game. I believe it's Ascension. I always get Ascension and Awakening the wrong way around, so I'm not gonna, don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure I got it right this time. And that's doing pretty well. At the time of the writing of that blog post for the Monday meeting notes, it was at 400% funded and still going strong. So check it out if you're interested in that kind of thing. Wow, the trackers then just realised that the channel's live. Tech happens, I guess. I won't be here for another 2 weeks, but I am available on Twitter as @ComradeBubbles, and I do stream as Comrade Bubbles on Twitch. If you have any questions, I generally stream video game stuff, but I'm always happy to answer role-playing questions. So if you have any questions about Honest Path games or role-playing in general, or like D&D, which is what I play a lot of because it's what people want to play, feel free to swing by my chat and ask if I'm, obviously if I'm streaming, post a question and I'll answer it as best I can. Yes, so I won't be here for another 2 weeks. Making a mental note to let someone know about the technical snafu. I hope you all had fun anyway, and that you do consider coming back. Obviously, if you are happy to and can, please do consider supporting the channel, whether following it, subscribing to it, what have you. On top of the sweet emotes you get for subscribing to it, the video on like the video archives are locked for a week to subs only. So if you want to miss it, if you want to watch any of the games that regularly happen on the stream, we've got Pugmire, Vampire, Werewolf, a couple of little Mage. Yes, there's a tie-in Mage game for the Kickstarter going on right now. It's like there's another one. There's a really big one that I should promote. That happens on Tuesdays actually, later this evening. Please do consider, subbing, or just wait for the week to expire and then you can watch them. Anyway, thank you, Brazen, for thanking me, but thank you for being here. This show literally would not exist without the community, so it means a lot. And I will be in chat for a couple of minutes while the post-roll rolls. The post-roll has all of the graphics for the other shows on the channel, as well as the schedule. So it's worth watching if you're interested in the channel in general. But that's it from me today. So where is Streamlabs gone? There it is. There it is. That's it from me today. Thank you very much. As I say, I'll be in chat for a few minutes if you have any questions, but have a good one.